Good morning. I know this might come as a surprise to some of you guys, but I forgot to tell you guys that I needed you guys to watch this video today. The video is not going to be very long. It's going to just be kind of a quick review of some terminology to get you ready for class on Thursday or on Friday, depending on which period you have me for. Okay. So, again, this is my kind of first time working with this technology, so just be patient with me. Alright, so basically what we're going to learn how to do in this video is just basically what are the parts of an equation and how do we name an equation. I just want to make sure that you guys understand certain terminology so that when you hear these words, you're not completely lost. Now, some of you guys may have remembered these from previous lessons, previous classes. If you forgotten, this is a great opportunity to just reboot that brain to get you ready for tomorrow. Okay. All right. So, first of all, what's an equation? Equation, anytime that you have, let me see if I can get my cursor to work. Anytime that you guys have, give 1 second, guys. All right. Oh, got the wrong stylus. Give me 1 second. All right, that should work now. So, guys, anytime that you have an equation, all right, an equation is anything that has numbers on each side along with an equal sign in between them. Anytime you have an equal sign, guys, it's basically an equation. Now, give me a second. Again, trying to work with this. Sorry. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to get this thing to work. All right. For some reason, let's see. Okay, there we go. All right. Now, when we look at an equation, all right, anything that is being added together is what we call a term. So if you notice, 3x and 5 are being added together. So therefore, we would call those terms. Okay. Now, in a term, the number value is called a coefficient. That's the number that's being multiplied with a variable. A variable is anything that we can't determine. Okay, so if it's like we don't know what the value is, we'll use a letter to represent the variable. Guys, if it's just a term by itself without a variable, that's called a constant. It's called a constant because you're not going to plug a number in to change 5. You're not going to plug a number in to change 9. It's always going to be that number, so that's why it's called a constant. Okay, if you look at 3x though, all right, 3x could change because we could plug a number in for x. So that's why we don't call that a constant. All right, a power. A power has what we call a base and an exponent. The exponent basically tells you how many times, okay, the exponent is going to tell you how many times you're going to multiply your base. Okay, so for example, if I had 5 to the 4th, we know that that would be the base number 4 times. Okay. All right. Hopefully there's no questions. Let me go ahead and erase all this. I need to find a better way to erase it. All right. Again, kind of playing with the software. All right, so how do we name equations? All right, now if you look at these terms up here, you have monomial, binomial, trinomial. We're also going to say polynomial. Well, if you hear all those words, you hear the word nomial. Okay, so let's do a little English lesson. Nomial, just think nomial sounds like number. Okay, so mono, bi, and tri, those are our prefixes. All right, so we have mono, we have bi, and we have tri. Well, if you notice, this is one term, mono. Two terms, Bi. 3 terms is tri. If it has more than 3 terms, okay, if it has more than 3 terms, we say poly, so polynomial. All right. But if it's 1 term, it's monomial, 2 terms is binomial, 3 terms is trinomial. I think that's pretty easy to remember. Just think mono means 1. You know, if someone has mono, they usually are by themselves because they're so sick. Bi, bicycle, okay, we know that means 2 wheels. Binoculars, bifocals, 2 lenses. And then we have trinomial. Just think triple, triangle, trinity, all those represent the number 3. All right, almost done, guys. Make sure also that you're adding your like terms together. Okay, if you notice this is an x to the 4th and x to the 1st, no x. X to the 4th, x to the 1st. You can't combine any like terms. If you have like terms, you have to combine them together. All right. So naming a question by degree. Okay, first of all, what is a degree? Well, if you look in parentheses, it says it's the highest exponent on a variable. So if you look right here, and when we talk about the highest exponent on a variable, there is no variable here. So that would mean the exponent would be 0 because there's 0 variables. Here the exponent would be, give me one sec. Here the exponent would be a 1. Here the exponent is a 2, and here the exponent is a 3. Okay, so first power is linear, second power is quadratic, third exponent or third power is cubic. Okay, so if it has zero exponents, it's a constant. If the highest value is a 1, meaning the exponent is 1. If the highest exponent is a 2, and if the highest exponent is 3. Okay. So if it's x to the 4th or x to the 5th or x to the 6th, we're not going to worry about that. We'll just say that it's a degree of 6, degree of 5. Okay, so if it said 6 x to the 8th, okay, well, x to the 8th, we don't have a number for that, so that would just be, we would say degree 8. Okay. All right. So let's talk about standard form. Standard form for an equation, basically you put the highest exponent, remember the highest exponent is the degree, to the lowest exponent. So x to the 3rd, x to the 2nd, x to the 1st, 7. Okay. Now if we had the following, let's say we had 3x to the 4th plus 5x to the 6th minus 2x to the 2nd plus 8x. Okay, whatever the highest exponent is, we put first. Now, what I always show my students is find the highest exponent, and you always include the sign that's in front of each number. Okay, so we have positive 5x to the 6th. Okay, I'm done with that. Next highest exponent would be positive 3x to the 4th. I'm done with that. Now, again, the value that's in front of each value, so that's a negative 2x to the 2nd, and then we have plus 8x. So if I had to name this, the exponent is 6, so I'd say it's a degree of 6. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. Okay? It has 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. So that would mean it's polynomial. If it was just, let's say I erase this, if that wasn't there, it would be 3 terms. So it would be a degree 6 trinomial. If it had 2 terms, it would be a binomial. Okay, and again, remember, if it has 1 term, it's just a monomial. Okay. All right, so that's pretty much it. That's all I want you to make sure you understand how to do for the lesson on Thursday or Friday, depending on which class you guys have. Okay, so again, make sure you understand this video. Hit me up on my email if you have any questions or concerns. All right, take care.